finally I got some time for editing the part 2 of this retaining wall job. Everything here is from fall 2019, as we can see as the video goes along. So everything is filmed last year, but I finished the retaining wall this year, so we'll see that in the end. And yeah, right here I am loading gravel into the dumper so we can drive it back behind the garage and backfill the retaining wall. The backfilling of the retaining wall have two functions. One is to let the gravel behind, so the water will drain through the gravel and out through the cracks in the rocks or the retaining wall. And the other part is to make a stable footing for the next rock that is lying on top of the other rock. So you always try to build the retaining wall a little bit inwards all the way. So this was the easiest way to get it back. I just had to disconnect the hoses from the tilt bucket and use the rotator and flip the bucket around to tip in it and pull it and emptying it behind the retaining wall again. So here I'm just alone. My customer that is also helping me building this retaining wall, he's driving his kids around, so I'm just starting so it doesn't get any downtime So I just start filling the dumper and driving it back there and just doing everything by myself. It's a little bit tedious work because you have to jump in and out of the machine all the time, but for a short period it's no problem. So I cut this hose clean off. That was not the plan. Luckily, when I break a hose, doesn't matter what kind of hose on what machine I break it, I always buy two of the same one. And this time I had someone for the Kobelco that was fitting my tilt bucket, so I could just go home, get the hose and replace it. It was a little bit longer, but that didn't matter. I just stripped it, some zip ties around there and put everything on. So then it was back to work again. And one of the things that are with these retaining walls is we use a lot of time searching for the right kind of rock. You will see it through this video. It's some rocks takes forever to place, and in the end you're just switching it out for something else. So that is the thing that is taking the most time doing this. So you can see here I'm searching around. I found a rock. I just need to grab it and get it into the tracked mini dumper. And it's not always just that easy. So it's a big rock, and the more rocks we can get with us when we are going back, the better it is, because the more we have to choose from. But we are searching for one height, and normally when we get back there we would just place one rock, and then your height you were thinking you needed doesn't fit anymore, and you have to go back and find some other rocks, and so on. We have been building now for 3 days, or 3 days with around 2 to 3 hours work each day, and this is how far we have got. And looking really nice. It's sturdy, heavy, and we are now at the point where these big ones on the top here is a little bit too difficult to lift up with the TRex. So we need to switch over for some smaller rocks for the rest of the part. And it's also, the rain is killing us. It's turning into a mud pit, everything here, so it's really difficult. And but it's getting I don't have any rain boots on or something, so it's just finding the right place to step. The rotor is working great. As you can see, I'm really misusing it or abusing it with all these big rocks, and we can see it's also getting a little bit less rocks now, so that's great. And we also still have the wall coming down here along the garage all the way here also to build, so probably we will use the most of the rocks. I'm guessing around 2 more levels, 2 3 more levels with rocks on this one, and then we will start on the retaining wall downwards. So it's looking good. Now it's off for another job. The owner or the customer for this project is helping me, and he's away for the weekend, so then I can do something else. So here we have searched a long time for the right kind of rock, and we just figured out we're dropping it and just go one height more, and then we can just double the other rocks to get to the same height. So that's a lot easier, and you can use a lot of different rocks instead. So that's what we did here, and I done it many times after also, and it works great. It's you don't have to search for the one rock that is fitting. You can just drop everything and just start with a new height in the middle of the retaining wall. So you can see here it fits really good together. Right here we are also building a corner in the other way, because the deck has a wall going up there that is made of wood that we have to secure from the dirt that is filling up in the behind the retaining wall. So we are building behind there also, and these rocks we are putting there now are so big it's just barely the TRex makes pulling them over. So the first retaining wall is done, the one on the backside, and now we are driving all the dirt that we have excavated down from for cleaning the mountain before we were hammering it. We are driving everything to the back and filling it in the back of the retaining wall. So it's a pretty steep angle for the dumper to climb up. Here we just got too much load in the tracked mini dumper, so it wouldn't pull itself up. So you can see the next load is a lot smaller, and then it was no problem. So we just got a little bit greedy. When we got to the really big rocks, we had to remove all attachments from the excavator and just drill a hole in the rock and put some anchor points in it, and just use a lifting strap to lift it with no attachment on, no bucket, no rotor, no nothing. So I'm on my way to pick up the TRex. I use the TRex now for excavation job with excavating for a power cable at the facility where I had the Bobcat video where I was using the Bobcat for the first time. They lost power for a garage, so I've been doing some excavation for that. That's another video. And now we are picking up the TRex and we are going to the retaining wall of natural stone that I'm building. So this retaining wall I've been building earlier this summer, and my customer is helping me building it. So, and he needed to go out for work, so he has been out on work, and yeah, a week extra for me finishing off some other projects, and now we are ready for start again building the retaining wall. And as we can see, it's snowing that's not so great. It's everything gets a little bit more difficult. Like yesterday when I was transporting the TRex, it's too slippery for towing it on a trailer here in Hammerfest, because we have a lot of hills and slippery hills and stuff like that, so I needed to transport it on a tow truck. So yeah, right now I'm just going up a small hill, so it shouldn't be any problem towing it with the Pajero. So the plan is just now to go and pick it up, get it on the trailer and go up to the retaining wall and continue building. So I have the claw with me on the trailer and the customer is ready, so hopefully we can get a lot done today and maybe just some finishing touches after the weekend. Yeah, and also here in northern Norway it's almost dark all the time now, so the clock is a little bit after 4 and you can see it's pretty dark. So winter came a little bit early, and as we can see it is a lot of snow already, and I'm trying to clean off the worst of the snow, but the ground is frozen the first 5 centimeters and it's ice and slippery, so I'm trying to go up the hill, and I could use the bucket to pull me up, but I need to go up the hill with a rock in the claw, so I'm trying to go up without using the bucket to pull me up, and you can see it's no chance. So I'm just giving that up, and we are placing a few rocks further down where I can stand on the flat ground, and then we are just shutting down for the winter. Alright, here we are back, 2020. So now I'm finally finishing off this retaining wall, and you can see my customer has starting to build a deck that goes right into the retaining wall, so it's really nice. You'll see in the end it's awesome. So now it's just placing the last rocks, just building up the last height in the back here, and backfilling and everything. It's a bit difficult because when I'm going up with the excavator here, it's a really steep slope, if you remember from when the tracked mini dumper was driving up here. So just standing and placing stuff and everything when it's so a great angle, it's not easy, and you're always sitting in the excavator tilting some way. So yeah, you can see it's a bit challenging, but we make do. So we get it done. So check it out, it's done. I didn't have the camera with me. I just did the last grading here and a few rocks, and I forgot my camera at home, so I just figured out we just finish it and then I can make the movie now for looking at the finished product. So yeah, here will be a stairway down, and yeah, it looks really great. So it turned out really great. I'm really happy with this one. Just check it out. They got a really nice outside space here, and he filled in gravel up here and behind the wall. So got some flat area back here now. So this is it. This project is done. Off for the next one.